What is up, YouTube? Timberquake here, and today I'm going to be talking about, as you probably guessed it now, Z-Dragons. Or, I'm sorry, Dragon Rulers. Well, I just want to do a discussion about them, what can stop them, what can't, how the meta is going to be defined now that they're out. As you guys obviously know, Spellbooks, or Prophecy, and Dragons are definitely the top two tier decks, or the top decks in tier 1. Honestly, you can call E-Dragons tier 0.5, or what I've heard them been called is tier 0. E-Dragons I don't know can be tier 0, just because there's actually quite a bit that can stop it. You have many things such as Iron Imperial Wall, Soul Drain, Mind Drain, all this other stuff that can stop them. But, you can take each one out individually, but when you put both of them together, it actually creates a really hard situation for E-Dragons. The basic gist of E-Dragons is to spam level 7s to get out this guy or Dragossack. I have not pulled the Dragossack yet. But, it's to get out this guy or another guy. And it's really hard, because you can even just banish it and let him sit there for a turn, and then bounce him back to your hand. So you can run Trag and get big beefy hands, and you never have a dead hand with this deck. If you play it right, you'll never have a dead hand. And a lot of people say, "Oh, E-Dragons make good players bad." Well, that's true to a sense, but E-Dragons is only good if you're a bad player for the first 3 turns if you play mindlessly. After that, you actually have to think strategically in how you're going to use your resources, because E-Dragons do have a really bad grind game. A couple of the cards that can stop them is like Ophion, which Ophion with his protection is just like, ugh. And then you got this card. I think this is a hidden gem. It's Crimson Blader. It's 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuner monsters. This card destroys an opponent's monster by battle. It sends it to the graveyard. Your opponent cannot normal or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. This card is good, especially against the mirror match. I found myself even going against just water. I playtest this against water. I found myself going into this a lot. Like, I always reborn a Veil or something. I am personally side decking my 2 lads. Just because, I don't know, you get dead hands with, I know that's saying a lot, but you can get dead hands with lads in your hand. I need 3 gold Sarks, but that's about it. And a couple of more E-Dragons, but I'm borrowing them for now. But this deck isn't unbeatable. It's very good, it's very consistent. It's Mermail times 8. But it's tier 1 definitely, but I would never say it was tier 0, because you're only allowed to use their effects once per turn. And it's easy to side against them. Like I said again, they're only good because they can play around each individual and easy. This one pops a card, this one specials a card. This one specials and sends the water to the graveyard, and this one I believe it says, oh, you can add 1 dragon type monster from your hand. I mean, they all have good effects. And then this guy banishes them and draws 2 cards, and then you can activate their effects when they're banished. But Bad Kids, though a lot of people don't know you can only use their effect once per turn. Even I have a hard time remembering that. Definitely testing at locals. It's definitely a regional deck I'm going to be bringing. I'm tempted to either run no traps or just like a couple breakthrough skill. That's my only trap in here right now, and even that's a card that I really don't want to have in there. But I mean, this deck is really good. Broke definitely, but people think that anybody can make it, and that's what I dislike, is that everybody thinks that they can make it, which you're looking at least $700 for the extra deck, because you need 2 Big Eyes. 3 Dragossack, and on top of that you need like Cataster, you need Armory Arms, you need Stardust, and I mean it just adds up. Like, the extra deck alone is the most expensive extra deck ever made. I could pretty much put money against that's the most expensive extra deck ever. And people just think, hey, I can just bring out big level 7s, but they return it your opponent's end phase. If you have level 7, all they have to do is your opponent has to just end his turn, it goes back to your hand, and all your resources are gone. I mean, you have to be able to play it smart, even if, like, that's why I like playing it not with the full extra deck, is because I'm only limited to what I can have. Like, I need more sinks for level 8s, and I need more rank 7s, I need Big Eye and all this stuff. It's expensive. I don't even know if I can make it, to be quite honest. But people say it's tier 0. It's definitely tier 1. Ophion, one card can stop this deck. Any one card can stop this deck. It's just people don't want to think that anything can stop it, because it is a good deck. And I actually want to show you my tech card, especially for the mirror match. This card's amazing. Green Maju.Iza. His effect is the attack and defense of this card becomes the number of cards removed from play times 400. So you're looking at, if there's 10 cards in the graveyard, mirror match, late game, you draw this card. If there's 10 cards in the graveyard, this is a 4K beater. And the guy that was running Obelisk, this would run over it. At 11 cards, this takes out Obelisk. This takes out a lot of cards. It's a good card, but I just thought I should go on this little video. I hope you guys like it. Please like, subscribe, comment. I'm getting back into YouTubing again. Have a great day, guys.